A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a bold move that could reshape the UK's foreign policy stance, Sir Keir Starmer has issued a stark ultimatum to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, signaling his intent to recognize a Palestinian state by September unless certain conditions are met. This announcement comes amid increasing pressure from Labour backbench MPs and cabinet ministers, who have been vocal in their support for Palestinian statehood. Starmer convened an emergency cabinet meeting to address the increasingly intolerable situation in Gaza and to discuss a UK-led peace plan, which has been presented to international allies by David Lammy in New York. The Prime Minister's updated position on recognizing Palestine marks a significant shift in Labour's foreign policy, as he sets forth a series of conditions that must be met by the Israeli government. These conditions include taking substantive steps to alleviate the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, committing to no annexation of the West Bank, and engaging in a long-term peace process aimed at achieving a two-state solution. The recognition of a Palestinian state, while largely symbolic given the current realities on the ground, could have far-reaching implications for the Palestinians. It would pave the way for formal diplomatic relations, the establishment of embassies, and access to rights within international organizations. Historically, Britain holds a unique position in this context, having played a pivotal role in the creation of the modern State of Israel through the Balfour Declaration. The UK's recognition of Palestine would not only strengthen the Palestinians' claim to sovereignty, but also enhance their international support. France has already committed to recognizing a Palestinian state in September, positioning itself as the first G7 country to do so. Currently, 144 out of 193 UN member states recognize Palestine, including nations such as Spain, Norway, and India. However, critics argue that such recognition has not translated into tangible peace on the ground, pointing out that Palestine lacks the characteristics of a fully sovereign state as defined by the Montevideo Convention. Starmer's ultimatum includes specific demands for Netanyahu, emphasizing the need for at least 500 trucks to enter Gaza daily to deliver essential aid, and calling for Hamas to release hostages and agree to a ceasefire. Yet, skepticism remains about whether these demands will be met, particularly given Netanyahu's government's shift away from a two-state solution to a one-state approach. The Prime Minister's conditions for recognition of a Palestinian state are likely to be dismissed by Netanyahu, making Britain's recognition appear increasingly inevitable. Furthermore, the U.S. administration's stance on this matter remains a concern, as Secretary of State Marco Rubio has expressed strong opposition to the UK's potential recognition. Starmer's path to recognition is complicated by the need to balance domestic political pressures with the broader implications for the peace process in the Middle East. The Labour Party is divided on this issue, with some members advocating for immediate recognition while others caution against premature actions that could undermine future negotiations. As Starmer prepares for the upcoming UN General Assembly meeting, he faces the challenge of determining the timing of recognition to maximize its impact. The stakes are high, as the recognition of a Palestinian state could alter the dynamics of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and redefine the UK's role on the international stage. In conclusion, the situation remains fluid as the Prime Minister navigates the complexities of international diplomacy while responding to domestic pressures within his party. The coming weeks will be critical as Starmer assesses the progress made by both sides in meeting his outlined conditions and prepares for a potentially historic decision on the recognition of Palestine. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.